Okay, so let's switch to a more realistic environment. Let it be the most secure Windows operating system in history, right? Windows 10. You might have privacy considerations about Windows 10, but by all accounts, it's the most secure operating system by Microsoft until now, because yeah, you will see throughout this demonstration that there are reasons to call it this way. So we will basically perform one of the very much important exercises that you do once you are already in the system. So this post-exploitation exercise is of course password cracking, right? So we need to know what are the user's passwords in order to establish persistence. Okay, for that let's use this Windows setup, and what we will use is Mimikatz. Yeah, so Mimikatz is an open source software. In order to be okay with it fully, you most probably will need to translate some of its text messages from French if you don't speak it, but still, that's totally usable. And one good thing about it is that of course it's known, yeah, it's not obfuscated by itself. You have to either pack it into something you can smuggle through the local antivirus, but the good thing is you can just load it into Meterpreter session and use it from in memory. Okay, so this is one way you can smuggle it in, and this is cool. Okay, so this is one way to fool a local antivirus, because most antiviruses, as you most probably know, they are dealing with something on a file system level. Yeah, so they just monitor what is read and written, but do no inspection of what's going on in memory for performance reasons, I guess. So if your client doesn't run something crazy sick in positive way, something really cool like Bromium or Silence or something else based strongly based on mathematics of machine learning and so on, and there are just signatures and heuristics in your client's antivirus, you will be able to smuggle it in somehow. Okay, let's say here I just disabled the Windows Defender because even it is triggered by Mimikatz downloads. I have just downloaded the latest trunk, and we will extract it all. And the legend is that we of course have already established this remote connection, and we can run a command line at least. Okay, so we have somehow either social engineered the user to run our payload, or somehow in another way perform this exploitation exercise, right? So we already have access, and let's go to users downloads folder, and then go to Mimikatz. Oh, I'm sorry, of course it's there in Windows. And what we have here, we have x64 architecture folder. Oh, come on. And again, I mistake ls for dir. So here we have three files: a driver, a binary, an executable, and a DLL. Okay, so of course we will run the executable, and here you are with this beautiful console interactive access to Mimikatz functionality. Right, so à la vie, à l'amour. D'accord, on y va. So let's leave it for your homework. Please, I encourage you to play with Mimikatz at home on your Windows setup that you have. But I would suggest you do it rather in a virtual environment and make snapshots beforehand, because you never know who sees your screen when you extract passwords. So Windows, as I said, is one of the most secure operating systems nowadays. It's certainly much more secure than any other version of Windows. I mean, Windows 10 is much more secure than any other Windows product. And yeah, there are privacy considerations. You would rather not disclose all that specific metadata that Microsoft is getting from their products. Yeah, but okay, from the security architecture perspective, it's pretty much okay compared to other products, and certainly the most secure Windows product in history. So the bad thing in this is that you cannot extract clear text passwords in Mimikatz anymore. So I guess in Windows XP 7 Vista, of course, you had this ability, but now I think I'm not sure about 8 and 8.1, but in Windows 10 certainly you cannot do that. So hashes is all you get. So let's grab those caches and try to break them offline, as we call it, right? So this is the standard post-exploitation exercise. We come in, we dump hashes, we go offline, and then we have this large cluster running John the Ripper or Hashcat or whatever. And based, depending on the hash type you have, you will use different tools. So John, for example, doesn't run against NTLM hashes, yeah, as far as I remember. We will check that out. But there are other options. There is Hashcat, for example, and there are online cracking database. But overall, you have to have this large number of cores, of CPU cores in a virtual environment, for example, to create this mega password cracking cluster, or just hire it, or just rent it in the cloud for some period of time, and just feed a tool of choice, some password database or some rainbow tables. You will have to use a lot of space to store that, but still, you can do that. In this case, let's just perform some basic steps to dump hashes, but there is a lot more in Mimikatz to explore for you.